And we welcome you back home to the compound. It's Conflict, it's E.F.W, and what a double main event we have for you tonight. E.F.W has responded, Erwin, in a huge way. I am Max Maddox alongside my broadcast partner, the former NEW World Heavyweight Champion, Erwin. And Erwin, this could be historic night in E.F.W.
Well, it very well could be, of course. We haven't been back to E.F.W since Riot, and they've had a lot to watch, a lot to try and compete with. Even though they are our developmental program, there is always that thing about their card. They see what we do through the week in NEW and try and step it up a notch, and I think they could be close here tonight. Their two titles are on the line here tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, E.F.W are trying to establish themselves as a brand in itself, and ladies and gentlemen, our main event is for the E.F.W World Heavyweight Championship, and it is a six-man Hell in a Cell between Snake, Crazy Hammer, Ray Sullivan, Scott Burns and the Reaper. That could be an amazing match.
Well, yeah, and it only takes one pinfall or submission for the champion to be decided in that match. Can Reaper hold his title?
It's a very good point, Erwin. The champion has to be involved in a pin or submission to retain the championship, but the champion doesn't necessarily have to be involved to lose the E.F.W World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, that's very true, but so far he's had 69 days as champion, defying the odds at each and every turn. But this is definitely his biggest challenge to date.
We'll also see the women's title defended tonight. Farrier, the women's champion, will defend both against Sakamoto Dixon and Riley Patterson, the two #1 contenders in what should surely be a hellacious ladder match. More on that later, because we're going to kick it off tonight in the compound between a lady we haven't seen for a while, Elizabeth Dondelinger, 5'10", 150 pounds, from Leeds, England, the submission specialist tonight, will go up against Selena Figueroa, the Maryland veteran. Spent most of her career in Mexico, and this match, I believe, Erwin, is a submission match.
It is indeed, and what a way to kick things off here.
Yeah, I mean, E.F.W, I've responded. I mean, I've been given a copy of what's going to go down tonight, Erwin, and I am absolutely staggered by the amount that's on the line tonight.
And of course, once again, it's good to see you here from the beginning, even if you don't tend to do it on the NEW shows.
Well, you know what, I am contractually obligated to appear at all E.F.W shows. It doesn't. My role for talent relations only kicks in on the NEW side of the business, so I get to do what I love, which is broadcast, which is always nice.
That's somewhat questionable. Well, regardless, it's good to have you here.
Well, questionable or not. That's just how it is. Selena Figueroa, 5'3", 120 pounds, from Baltimore, Maryland. Of course, that mixed Hispanic heritage she's so proud of. A great career in Mexico. Finally found her way here to the E.F.W. And what a start to this young lady's career in the hottest development program in the world today.
Again, we haven't seen Dondelinger for some time, but I believe she remains undefeated here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Dondelinger, another member of the E.F.W locker room, yet to be pinned or submitted. Figueroa in this submission match could be in trouble tonight.
Of course, Elizabeth Dondelinger only having had 2 singles matches here so far, so it's not a huge streak, but it is a streak nonetheless.
Wrist lock by Dondelinger. You and your stats monkeys have gone too far, Erwin.
Well, it's quite a shock, really.
Counter, beautiful armbar.
Stats like that. That was a beautiful armbar.
Fantastic, taken down with a headlock right into that armbar submission. Figueroa. Technical.
She knows.
Yeah, showing that she's no stranger to mat wrestling herself. So much is still unknown about Selena Figueroa. We know she had a great career in Mexico, but she's not known for a mat wrestling as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's it.
As far as I'm aware, should I say.
There's no tapes to be found, as all of her Mexico wrestling was on the underground circuit.
Oh.
I think you may be able to find the odd fan cam here and there.
facebuster and the kick to the gut by Figueroa. I actually did see one of those fan cams where she did a moonsault off a 15-foot balcony and put Super Tornado through a table. It was one of the craziest damn moonsaults I think I've ever seen. Net breaker by Figueroa, who has no fear if that moonsault is anything to go by. But's in trouble here.
Well, the damage could be done on the outside, however, Dondelinger must know the submissions must happen in the ring. Yeah,
Dondelinger, still a relative rookie to the E.F.W, which he was trained by one of the best submission wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots, William Regal.
Yeah, and also in a later training, as she got here in E.F.W, Jeff Collins, of course, NEW roster member, helping train her a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, Collins helping her adapt to the NEW style, as it were, which is somewhat unique in the world of professional wrestling today, this modified figure 4. Working on the knees and legs.
Of Dondelinger releases relatively quickly.
Or maybe just looking to do damage. I mean, it's probably going to take quite a bit to get either one of these to tap.
Top rope.
Gonna have to do a lot of groundwork.
Figueroa ducks the elbow, but I think may have just caught the knee of Dondelinger as she was coming off the turnbuckle. Figueroa got out of the ring to regroup her senses, but fell right back into the backdrop, into the waiting hands of Elizabeth Dondelinger, who's been incredibly impressive since her E.F.W debut, Erwin.
Well, yeah, and looking at the stats, Selena Figueroa has managed to gain twice the amount of singles matches here. However, again, Selena Figueroa not necessarily successful in all those, whereas the 2 matches in singles competition Dondelinger has had, she has been successful both times. That's got to be on the mind of Figueroa.
After that big superplex, if it is on her mind, she's not showing it right now, because she's on a roll with her bulldog. Shades of Spike Dudley. And into that neck wrench. Knee in the back. A Dondelinger who counters beautifully.
Very quickly sliding out of that one.
Well, Dondelinger has a very kind of old school style, if you will, very mat based, very technical, very clinical. You have to believe the longer this match goes on, this submission stipulation is going to favour Dondelinger. Goes back to that modified camel clutch, really, by the looks of it, neck wrench.
Dondelinger staying on top of Figueroa now.
Exactly what she has to do against a Maryland veteran who's countering. Oh, wait a minute! Facebuster. For a brief second there, I thought Selena Figueroa was going to suplex her off the turnbuckle, off the ring apron, excuse me. Middle rope.
Clearly changed her mind. Maybe thinking she couldn't quite get Dondelinger over.
Big drop kick by Figueroa. On a normal matchup, Dondelinger may be in trouble, but she has to submit. The woman from Leeds to win this match. Just big kicks. One for good luck, right to the head. Dondelinger's in trouble.
Too close to the ropes now, though.
Shades of Funk with the drop toe hold. Rope break. Went for the crossface. Too close to the ropes. Planning DDT.
Yeah, Dondelinger with good ring awareness there for a rookie. Knew that as soon as that lock was going into play, she had to grab those ropes for her.
Irish whip over the top rope, and Dondelinger with a stiff left hand, knocking Figueroa off the ring apron. Dondelinger now wasting a little bit of time, taunting to these fans. Needs to keep on Figueroa, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. That time could have cost her, however.
Backbreaker!
Lucky with the backbreaker there.
My word, Dondelinger. If there was any kind of notion of Figueroa mounting a comeback, Dondelinger put stops to those thoughts pretty quickly. That hellacious backbreaker, smashing the head into that wafer thin mat. You see the wood floors underneath.
It's one of the worst things here in the compound.
Oh, it's hollow ground, but that stiff wooden floor hurts. Chop block by Dondelinger.
takes that half camel clutch neck wrench to Figueroa.
In a couple of years' time, when E.F.W are selling out Madison Square Garden, I'm sure we'll remember the compound with fondness. Oh, neck breaker by Figueroa.
Well,
I think Goldman was on about using it as a new house for a swimming pool. I'm not sure.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
Cover clutch by Figueroa.
Knee to the back. Figueroa here working away on Dondolinger as she's managed to gain the advantage once again.
Yeah, Figueroa, of course, a veteran in this matchup by my estimation. You can call it Lucha Underground, you can call it Mexican wrestling, whatever you want to call it. The fact of the matter is, Figueroa has got 10 times more experience in that square circle than the promising Elizabeth Dondolinger.
It's very true. I think if Dondolinger can pick up a victory here, that's a huge upset in the eyes of Selena Figueroa.
It'd be a huge upset, I think, in the eyes of everyone who knows wrestling. Put a power bomb. Figueroa is no slouch, ladies and gentlemen, and Elizabeth Dondolinger has been more than her equal in this matchup tonight. My word.
Reverse figure 4 there.
Reverse, it is a reverse figure 4. Good call by me. That's a fantastic submission maneuver. Is this going to be enough? Figueroa looks like she's in big trouble here. Refuses to tap out. I think she got to the rope. Turner calls for the break. Kick to the gut by Dondolinger, who goes right back to that Cobra clutch. Working on the spine and the knee specifically here.
Figueroa could reach for the ropes, but I think she knows if she tries to go for that, she could lose the balance there.
Yeah.
Swiftly gets out of it regardless.
Yeah, Figueroa showing incredible ring presence there. Choosing not to panic and to break counter the hold the old-fashioned way. Absorbing the pain. Great running bulldog. Well, they say a fighter can grow old in one fight. Has that been the case tonight?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. This match looks like it could age these two dramatically. Figueroa unsuccessful with the stump puller there. Here we go. Headlock again. That mat technique by Dondolinger shining through, but Figueroa again showing she's no slouch. Counters into a headlock of her own. Kick to the knee. And again in the chest. And again. Oh. One for good luck. Figueroa. That series of kicks. Go for the crossface again, but
crossface.
once again too close to the ropes.
Yeah, drop toe hold crossface. It's incredibly effective submission maneuver, but too close to the ropes. The 2 times that Figueroa has tried to lock that maneuver in, and Dondolinger showing enough awareness to use that rope as the advantage, as you would in that situation. Russian leg sweep by Dondolinger. What an opening matchup. From conflict in the compound. Vicious neck wrench. Will it be enough? Turner's in the perfect position there. Says no. Figueroa refuses to tap out. Couldn't quite break the hold either until the damage was done.
Dondolinger staying on.
Oh! Vicious suplex. Oh, armbreaker. Shades of Fatu there with a kind of sit down armbreaker right on there, using that glutamus maximus, shall we say, to the full extent. Neckbreaker.
Whatever works.
Oh, wait a minute. No.
For a stump puller again.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, I thought she would clearly change her mind and went for the old school stump puller. Figueroa bringing this move right back on the map in E.F.W. Dondolinger refuses to tap. Still not enough damage been done. Both these ladies know that they need to make an impact tonight.
Figueroa reversing the suplex that time.
Oh, drop kick. You have to believe that the winner of this match as well will progress, or at least get on the radar in the women's title hunt.
You would think so.
Oh, atomic bulldog. Love that maneuver. Oh, knee wrench. Oh. Well, oh, good lord, what a counter kick to the head by Dundlinger playing possum there.
There's much going back and forth here.
It's went for a fireman's carry in Figueroa. Oh, here we go again. After the elbow to the head, the vicious, vicious kicks. One for good luck, Selena Figueroa.
Figueroa showing a little bit of fatigue here.
Well, if this is a normal matchup, I think it would be over. And Dundlinger this time can't reach the ropes, Erwin.
Just a little
Cannot reach those ropes. Yes, it's over. To hold crossface does it. Dundlinger taps out. Selena Figueroa uses every ounce of her experience tonight against the incredibly promising Elizabeth Dundlinger, who's just experienced her first loss in E.F.W. That's a great victory for Selena Figueroa tonight.
Well, yeah, and you've got to think that puts her one step closer towards that women's championship and a shot at it. What a way to kick things off here in the compound.
Absolutely.
Conflict.
Oh, tremendous way to kick tonight off. A historic night, no doubt about it. Both the women's and the NEW Heavyweight Championship will be online tonight from the compound. Selena Figueroa wants to be in that conversation when we're talking about future women's champions, and tonight she sent out a message. She's not just a high flyer, she's not just a pretty face. This lady can wrestle. Impressive victory for Selena Figueroa tonight.
Very impressive indeed, and of course we're sticking with the women here as our second match approaches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the hottest women's divisions in professional wrestling today, and you have to believe that both these teams tonight may have an eye potentially on the women's tag team championships in the future. Super Tornado and Green Girl Dynamite will face off against Morgan Morales and Cynthia Violet. Of course, Morales and Dynamite used to be tag team partners, but have had some issues during the tag team tournament. Well, both ladies have found a different partner tonight, and their rivalry will continue.
Well, yeah, I think issue may be an understatement. Morales allowing the Enforcers to get the victory, just watching Green Girl Dynamite suffer a loss.
Well, Green Girl Dynamite and Morgan Morales with a surprise team, of course, in the NEW Women's Tag Team Tournament. They got all the way to the semi-finals and were eventually picked by the first ever Women's Tag Team Champions. So, and all that really came down to what Morgan Morales chose to do or chose not to do. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of speculation there on whether that was intimidation on the Enforcers front, or whether Morales thought she could do better than Dynamite. Never really got an answer to that question.
No, it's still kind of up in the air here, of course. When they lost against the Enforcers, that opportunity was to face the Outlaws, who would then go on to become the first women's tag team champions, as you said.
Super Tornado, 5'2", 126 pounds for Durango, Mexico. You know, I was slightly worried I got that wrong then, so that's why I kind of trailed off. But obviously, I just need to remember just how good Max Reddix is. Super Tornado, the luchador from Mexico, Durango all the way, baby. Have you ever been to Durango? It's a great place to have a party.
I keep meaning to go out there and see what it's all about.
Oh, I called a match once in Durango. It was an amazing match between two lost. I think, Super Tornado, she might even have been there. It's a few years ago. I'm going to ask her about that later. Super Tornado springboards her way into this ring. The Mexican, well, legend, really.
Yeah, and of course we mentioned before, trained by Guillermo Diaz.
Yes, Guillermo Diaz been renounced by Super Tornado. And we welcome to the ring with very funky new entrance music. Green Girl Dynamite, 5'1", 100 pounds wet through from Fargo, North Dakota. Don't let her weight or size fool you. She's a tough cookie, but a resident superhero. Green Girl Dynamite. Dynamite, Owen.
Well, yeah, and having suffered at the hands of Morgan Morales last week in a singles match after what had happened underneath in that tag team rankings, now wanting to get back in the game here and perhaps get a little bit of revenge.
I love this music.
It is damn catchy.
Wow. You know what? I bet there's some girls and the ladies in the back, shall I say, who are not going to be happy about the production costs of that new video. E.F.W. have clearly gone all out for this incredibly popular young lady, Green Girl Dynamite. That could cause some jealousy between Morgan Morales, 5'5", 135 pounds from Sacramento, California. Green Girl Dynamite took this young lady under her wing when she first came in. She knew what it was like to be the new girl. She teamed up with Morales, and Morales, well, frankly, she stabbed Green Girl Dynamite in the back. They could have made history. I believe Morales and Dynamite could have gone all the way, Erwin.
Well, yeah, that you get no argument from me. It was indeed a complete upset. I was almost ready to accept them as possible women's tag team champions.
And Morgan Morales chose to refuse that slice of history, chose to betray her friend and confidant Green Girl Dynamite. Well, she may pay for it tonight, but she has in her corner one of the deadliest women in the women's division, Cynthia Violet, who's come so close so many times. 5'5" and 135 pounds from Seattle, Washington. We welcome the Red Dragon, Cynthia Violet.
And I can only imagine what we're going to see here in this tag team match.
I can only imagine how furious Cynthia Violet is about not being in that women's title match. What a role Cynthia Violet has been on since she's joined E.F.W, and she has been snubbed, Owen. Snubbed in the women's division tonight. Why is it not a fatal four-way? Why is Cynthia Violet not involved in that title picture?
Well, that's questions I can't answer. It's a very good one indeed. Cynthia Violet, of course, coming very close in that epic submission match for the title against Farrier.
She couldn't. I mean, close is a lingerie shop without a front window. But yeah, Violet came close. Morales and Tornado kick off. Tornado backdrop. That was a Lethal Weapon reference for anyone who didn't get it. I'm under the age of 35. Kick to the back.
Tornado trying to start off strong.
Hurricane Ladder by Morales, who responds strongly herself. And what a kick-off to conflict. The women showing exactly what they can do. Neckbreaker, I expect the same out of this tag match. And what do I always say here when we have the hottest tag team division in professional wrestling today?
It's no lie. We also see the hottest women division, and combining the two is just gold.
Tornado and Morales, I mean, these two guys have fairly similar styles. I think it would be fair to say Morales nowhere near as much experience as Tornado, who's playing with her there with that monkey flip armbar. Fantastic manoeuvre there by Tornado. I think Tornado and Dynamite could suit each other potentially as a team. Morales obviously had been taken under the wing of Cynthia Violet now. Whether that's going to be a permanent team remains to be seen.
First Hurricane Rana there from Tornado. Morales
vicious
got
reverse.
Off to a good start here.
No, Morales in definite trouble here. Super Tornado with that vicious reverse Hurricane Rana has taken control. You saw Morales' head bounce off the canvas. Tornado, the veteran, taking her time. Morales possibly playing possum there. Fighting back. Punch to the ribs. Lariat. Vicious lariat by Morales.
Dragging her back over to her corner now.
That's a good ring presence there by the rookie. Wants to tag in the Dragon. She does. Cynthia Violet, the legal woman.
Bit of a short show there from Morales, but no doubt the quick tags are always beneficial in tag team matches.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at Magnum Opus and how many times have they utilised that quick tag tactic to keep both men fresh. But Morales may have done enough of that inverted Hurricane Rana because Tornado hasn't moved much since.
Green Girl Dynamite desperate to get into this match.
Tornado. Possum misses with a drop kick. Flying drop kick, that luchador style, has its risks, and that's one of them, back rake by Violet.
Well, that's the thing with a luchador style, you've kind of got to try and predict where your opponent is going to be before you even throw the move, and if they do not move into that area, then that's a miss.
Oh!
Dynamite tagged in though.
Yeah, I mean, good quick tag by Tornado to the fresh woman Dynamite, flying springboard elbow, lariat again across the neck, and Violet. Dynamite coming out at full speed there, drop kick to the head, we've seen that one before. Classic Dynamite.
You can bet that Dynamite would rather have Morales in the ring at the moment.
Superhero's gonna fly. Oh, crossbody, could be all. Dynamite says no, could be a mistake against the Red Dragon Cynthia Violet. Oh, modified angle slam. Going real high risk again. Doesn't need to do this.
Putting it all on the line in this match.
Oh my God!
A swanton bomb.
What a vicious swanton bomb, that could be all. Morales breaking it up with a double axe handle. Tornado didn't quite get to her in time, and misses once again with that luchador style, which has cost her twice tonight.
Well, yeah, I think she noticed Bob was in the way there, kind of stopped herself.
Corkscrew. Yeah, Bob Turner getting in the way once again.
Morales now was going to work on Tornado outside there, now returned to her side of the ring.
Yeah, Tornado's down now after that cheap shot attack by Morales. Snake Eyes Dynamite is on her own against Violet and Morales, and there it is.
This is in.
Morales is in, and look at the look on Dynamite's face.
Cuts her off straight away though.
Tornado finally getting back to her feet, back to her corner. Oh, wait a minute. Leg scissors.
Morales fighting out.
Morales did. What a counter by Morales.
Oh.
Bearing in mind that Green Girl Dynamite had a part to play in this young woman's training. So who will know a better Green Girl Dynamite better than Morgan Morales?
Yeah, she blocked the third offensive move there though.
Dynamite
with an arm drag.
may have taught her everything she knows, but she didn't teach her everything Dynamite knows. Hip toss and an arm breaker, and Dynamite back in control. Oh, Hurricane Rana with authority, could be all, tying us down for the count. 1, 2, no, kick out by Morales.
Cynthia Violet, and I didn't notice until then, was actually off the ring apron. Realised her tag team partner in jeopardy. Could have been too late if that was a 3.
Elbows to the head to Morales. That vicious streak does shine through from Dynamite. Every time she faces Morales, she wanted that slice of history. She wanted to be one half of the first ever Women's Tag Team Champions, and she feels that Morales ripped away that opportunity. Tags in her new partner, Super Tornado. Will this be a team to watch? Oh, elbow to the heart. Well, I think these two are a bit of a natural fit for each other, in my opinion. Now, when Tornado and Dynamite are going to have very, very similar styles, and I think they could suit each other as a team.
Well, of course, they both wear masks. It's another thing going for them, but yeah, both tremendous athletes. And Morgan Morales is rocked here.
Yeah, Morales definitely in a bit of trouble here. Tornado, with a big suplex. Turns over. I thought she was going to go, considering the Three Amigos there, but thought better of it. Neckbreaker again by Tornado.
I think Morales was going to attempt to crawl to a corner. Tornado cutting her off there. Brings her back to her own.
Yeah, hard Irish whip back into her own corner, and here we are. Dynamite wanting a little bit more payback with Morgan Morales, double team maneuver. big double elbow. There's not many people who would say no to a double team from Dynamite and Tornado. Morales in big trouble here.
What's this? Dynamite going to the outside.
Springboard, oh, frog splash, beautiful athleticism by our resident superhero Green Girl Dynamite. Could be over right here. Atomic. Bulldog, that's the one. Brave fighter with
pulling at the leg there.
God, I love E.F.W.
Morales in trouble.
Big trouble, angle slam. Shades of the Olympic gold medalist. Dynamite maybe should have gone for the cover here, but this one's got personal. She just wants to inflict as much damage as possible on Morgan Morales, but she can't take Morales lightly here. She is giving Morales way too much time to recover. Right finally goes back to work with that arm breaker.
Morales still surprisingly does seem dazed.
Sunset flip.
Oh.
Powerbomb, we've seen that before. One arm, great athleticism and power by a lady who's 100 pounds wet through. So much stronger than she looks, Erwin.
Well, yeah, it shows her.
Tornado's in, so is Violet. Breaks it up again. Turner's down after that double axe handle to the back by Cynthia Violet.
Oh, what's
that
this?
off Turner is down again. Tornado Irish whips Dynamite
into Violet.
Into Violet.
Knocking her off the apron, but did not get the advantage
there.
Oh
my God! Inverted DDT by the Red Dragon, who is ready for Dynamite. That was a mistake there by Tornado in a big way.
Definitely a mistake.
That has enraged the Dragon.
Now just throws Dynamite back in the ring to Morales, who has got up.
This is the second time in mere weeks that Green Girl Dynamite has been let down by a tag team partner. Inverted DDT off the ring apron.
Well, I hope this isn't some collusion between Tornado and Morales as well here.
Oh, God only knows. But Green Girl Dynamite is in big trouble here as a double team attack begins. Cynthia Violet and Morgan Morales are dissecting Green Girl Dynamite. Back in the ring she goes. Turner with a counter free back to his feet. God damn that off Turner. God damn him.
Cynthia Violet signalling to Morales to finish it off.
I swear he only got a job as a referee because he turned up on the day. Morales.
Oh, what's in this box?
Oh my word. It is indeed the Buckleplex. Or the turnbuckle suplex.
But it seems to have woken up Green Girl Dynamite here. Versus Morgan Morales and then drives her head into the mouth with a DDT.
Vicious DDT by Dynamite, who's not done yet with Morgan Morales, but they've had this match won a couple of times over.
Oh,
Cynthia Violet on it, being ignored by Dynamite, who's determined. Misses with the moonsault law, created enough of the distraction. Morales is back up. What a match this has been at Conflict.
Absolutely incredible action.
This is only our second match in. We still have both world titles on the line tonight.
Action-packed indeed.
There's no chatting on E.F.W, Erwin. Backbreaker by Morales. People paid to see a fight, and that's exactly what they're getting. Morales and Violet in control against Dynamite and Tornado.
Morales now looking to fly.
Oh my!
Shooting star press.
With authority, lands it with conviction, broken up well by Tornado. Violet not quick enough, but takes down Tornado with a flying lariat. With authority, Turner telling her to get out of the ring. Morales again on the top rope, waiting for Dynamite to get back to her feet. Oh, springboard elbow. Is that it?
Morales says no, wants to inflict some more damage here. Might be about to pay the price.
No, Dynamite got his backdrop. Backdrop.
Dynamite could really do with a tag here, and she is missing a partner on the apron.
She's gonna have to do it herself. Springboard knocks Violet off the ring apron. Springboard, rolling thunder.
It was a beautiful maneuver.
Springboard tope, really.
Well, yeah, I thought she was going for tope, but it was a bit more dramatic than that, I would say. Not to detract from the tope, which is an incredible move in and of itself.
It's the springboard version. Whatever it was unique offense by Green Girl Dynamite. Look at the athleticism by Dynamite. Springboard Hurricane Rana. That was fantastic by our resident superhero, who is sucking in the adulation of her fans. But Morales uses that time to tag in the fresh Cynthia Violet. No messing around, Lufez press.
And I don't think Dynamite quite realised what happened there.
Dynamite was way too busy sucking up to the E.F.W faithful at our spiritual home, the compound, who are big fans of this young lady.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can hear the boos from that attack by Cynthia Violet there.
Drop kick. Dropkick by Tornado. Now the legal woman Dynamite managed to make the blind tag. Tornado's fresh. Springboard. With a springboard tope of her own. Anything Dynamite can do, Tornado can do better.
Of course, that Mexican heritage coming into play here.
Yeah, two of the best high flyers in the world in that ring tonight, in my opinion, in Tornado and Dynamite.
Violet cut her off. Spiral DDT out of the corner there.
Violet, one of the best technical in the world. And I'm sure her partner's good at something as well. Morales.
It's that shooting star press, if you ask me. But it could be all over right there. No sign of Green Girl Dynamite on the apron yet.
Yeah, this could be all for Tornado, but Violet again changes her mind again. Goes for more damage.
Could be looking to finish it here.
Oh my word. Fisherman bomb. Suplex, it's over. Thanks for coming. The Red Dragon awakens.
Too late.
Cynthia Violet and Morgan Morales win against Dynamite and Tornado. Well, I don't think it's over between Morales and Dynamite by a long way. Dynamite tried valiantly to get back into that ring, but she just wasn't quick enough. And that's a great victory for Morales and Cynthia Violet.
Some phenomenal moves throughout that match. It did go back and forth, but in the end, Cynthia Violet and Morgan Morales here getting the victory.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams showing exactly what our women's division is capable of here tonight. Fantastic tag team match, and we've still got so many things to come, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a triple threat ladder match for the women's heavyweight championship of the world, and a 6-man Hell in a Cell for the NEW World Heavyweight Championship. Before any of that happens, we have a match here tonight between Kobayashi, still lucky to have a job because he beat Gene Taylor in the last E.F.W show, so his career continues and he faces a debutant tonight, a new young man here making a debut in E.F.W. We welcome The Bone.
Well, yeah, very interesting. He only signed, I think it was before Riot, if I remember rightly, but as you say, this is his debut match, making it his first night in the business.
Yeah, Bone there, of course, part of the E.F.W development program from the international division. Of course, the NEW and EFW have had scouts all over the world looking for some of the very best in the business.
I believe this is our first our first African athlete.
Well, yeah,
NEW or EFW.
I'm sure we wish him well in his EFW career, but here he is, the television champion, Kobayashi, 5'10" and 230 pounds.
And you know, there's only
Osaka, Japan.
There's only two people that call him the television champion. That's you and him. He has no belt. He didn't even have the title when it was resigned for the UK title to be brought back.
Well, the fact remains, though, and he is the only television champion in E.F.W. history.
Well, that's what he claims. And he did have one hell of a run, I will not deny that. He was the longest reigning TV champion with 128 days with just the single run, and that is one hell of a run for any champion.
Well, Kobayashi, the self-proclaimed television champion, on a bit of a roll after his victory against Gene Taylor, his first victory in quite some time.
I can't even think how long it's been since Kobayashi here has actually won a match. That was, albeit against a rookie, the idea of him being put on the shelf for a month seemed to have motivated him enough there.
Well, hopefully that motivation will continue tonight against this debutant Bourne.
All the lights have gone out here.
They have. We've yet to see this guy.
Oh yeah, we have no idea what to expect from him.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Certainly some different attire.
Very much, well, Born by name, born by nature by the looks of it. 5'10", 240 pounds from Ghana in West Africa. We welcome to the E.F.W. Born. Well, I really don't know what to expect from this guy. He's a very lean 240, I know that much.
Oh yeah, definitely more muscle than fat in that 240 pounds.
No idea what to expect from this young man. I have been told by a couple of scouts that he's very, very promising talent. I've had a very brief conversation with my roles of talent relations, but obviously I don't handle the E.F.W. side of things. So it was literally a bit of a handshake.
But I've never seen a match from him.
I've seen one tape. It was impressive. I mean, this really is a good, interesting kind of insight into our scouting system here. If anything, Erwin, this really is a shot in the dark for us as broadcasters.
Oh yeah, Bone there has removed the mask. I thought he might have kept that on to wrestle, but it seems he is not doing the lucha thing. That is simply just part of his entrance attire.
Well, locking up to begin with, going against the television champion Kobayashi. Headlock.
Possibly a mistake there.
The greatest ever television champion, Kobayashi. Oh, this is the claws line, fly line to the back of the head.
I don't think Kobayashi wants to win. It wants to lose when it's Bourne's first night here.
Oh, flying Larry again by Bones. Well, yeah, and I mean, Bones must be feeling the pressure on such a historic night in E.F.W. conflict to make an impression. I mean, Kobayashi, on a mixed run or not, is the longest reigning television champion of all time. Invaded DDT by Bourne. Quick off the boat, no showing of nerves here by this rookie. Middle rope. Changes his mind as Kobayashi gets back to his feet. Oh, elbow to the head. Excuse me, knee to the head. Wrong body part.
I'm going to say, get your appendages corrected there.
Appendage you in a minute. Bourne. With
You're lucky I have no cups to throw to.
Oh!
DDT to the foot there. Working on the leg.
Bourne looking very, very focused in his debut match tonight, knowing what a victory against Kobayashi would mean. Flying knee there. Didn't quite connect, but he got enough. Backdrop.
Big backdrop.
Wow, almost like a German suplex.
Again, definitely not much in this match as far as height and
Oh,
weight
sunset.
is concerned.
Has he got the tights? No, Kobayashi pushes him off after one. Couldn't quite see if he had the tights there. I don't think he did. Whoa, vicious chop by
That was a
Kobayashi.
vicious chop
My
to the
word.
chest.
Well, welcome to the E.F.W. Bourne.
Well, look how quickly he's getting back to his feet. That is quite surprising.
Yeah, Bourne showing absolutely no signs of injury after that vicious shot. By Kobayashi going right back to it. T-bone overhead. That's a beautiful suplex there by Bourne. I've been impressed by this young man tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he can pick up a win here, that's one hell of a mark.
Misses with the elbow from the middle rope. Kobayashi had it well scouted, perhaps that rookie mistake shining through, but Kobayashi didn't do enough. Oh well, wait a minute, oh, headbutts to the turnbuckle, Born to Kobayashi. Oh, Kobayashi rolled out the way of the big elbow, but it's been all Born since, who recovered quicker than the self-proclaimed TV champion.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait, what's he going for here? Oh my word!
Oh my word!
Bridging armbar!
What an armbar! Bridging armbar! I have not seen that done for a long, long time. Born with a submission maneuver here. Crossbone, perhaps. No.
Doesn't get it.
Turner says no.
Gives off a little howl in the corner there.
Howls to these fans. Wants to get
I
alongside.
know what this one is. This is
it.
the one thing I knew about.
Oh,
but he missed it. He was going for a movie called Roll the Bones. Did not lock it in. Kobayashi too quick.
Bulldog, yeah, well scattered by Kobayashi, who perhaps was aware of that move as you were, Erwin. Springboard. Tope.
Elbow to the back of the head there as Bone was trying to get up.
Yeah, Kobayashi knows he needs to pick his spots now after rolling out of that finishing maneuver, potentially by the Bone. Snap suplex. Not sure if we should call him the Bone. Sounds weird. Bone now, waiting for Kobayashi. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God!
What a move.
Backbreaker powerbomb.
That might have been the Roll the Bones.
Whatever the hell it was effective because Bone has beaten Kobayashi on his E.F.W. debut.
What a way to start his career here in E.F.W. and Kobayashi is going to be annoyed, there is no doubt about that.
Yeah, Kobayashi is going to be furious, claiming that this was the era of Kobayashi, claiming that his victory against Taylor was the explanation point as the start of his new career here in E.F.W. But the young man from Ghana, West Africa, has put stop to that in impressive fashion with that backbreaker powerbomb, beating the former television champion in his first ever match. That's a tremendous victory for Bone.
Well, yeah, and you've got to wonder once again what this means for the career of Kobayashi here.
Oh, absolutely. Kobayashi just seemingly started to get a little bit of momentum once again here, and as soon as it started, it has stopped.
He's been cut off by the newbie.
What will that mean
what a
for Kobayashi? And well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the first of our two main events. It's a triple threat for the Women's Championship, and it is a ladder match between Sakamoto Dixon, Riley Patterson. The two #1 contenders had a great rivalry in their own right against the current Women's Champion, Farrier. This could be off the page any other night. This is the main event.
Well, yeah, as if we haven't had enough excitement already tonight. We've still got this and the E.F.W. Championship match. Both titles on the line here. My word, it's going to be intense with these three in the ring.
I've got to ask you, Owen, who's your pick in this triple threat match?
Well, it's a tough one, a very tough one. I mean, Farrier has exceeded all expectations as champion. Sakamoto Dixon has been on such a phenomenal run, but Riley Patterson has been the surprise that everyone's kept their eyes on recently.
It's too close to call.
It is really too close to call, and of course now when you put it into the perspective of it being a ladder match, it could all depend on who gets that last clasp unlocked. I mean, someone could do 90% of the work, and someone could have stayed out of the entire match, come in and steal that last 10%.
We have seen that before, and we're getting this one out of the way first because of its ounce length. Sakamoto Dixon 5'9" at 135 pounds. Can you imagine how long the entrance will be if she wins the title from Bangkok, Thailand? The Queen of Strong Style, Sakamoto Dixon.
Oh God, I'd never even considered an extension of this introduction. Again, if you need to refill your cups, ladies and gentlemen, or empty your bladders, now may be the time to do it.
Yeah, if any of the runners would like to get me a cup of coffee while this entrance is going on, that would be greatly appreciated. It's been a long day. Sakamoto Dixon. She'd be a great women's champion, though, and there's absolutely no question about that.
Oh yeah, and considering we've got sort of an after party going on after E.F.W, where some of the fans will get to talk with some of the wrestlers here tonight, you can bet whoever comes out as champion is going to be making some noise there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as you said quite rightly earlier on, Farrier has surpassed everyone's expectations. Farrier has been a phenomenal women's champion, but a lot of people in the back are saying this lady, Sakamoto Dixon, is the champion-elect. A lot of people say, including the 7-time world champion Snake, say that this lady here is the future of the women's division.
And of course, I've had words with a few of the women from NEW as to the prospects coming from E.F.W, and a lot of them, including Lisa Chase and Fox, have mentioned Sakamoto's name in the possibilities of people they reckon could actually get a shot at the Women's Championship when they come over to NEW.
Oh yeah, I think it's only a matter of time before Sakamoto Dixon is on the main roster. She's been chomping at the bit. Very ambitious young lady, it has to be said. Not exactly what you would call a fan favourite here in E.F.W, as you can hear that very mixed response from the crowd. Her attitude sometimes is something to be desired, but you cannot question this young lady's talent inside that squared circle. She is impressive to say the least, is Sakamoto Dixon, as this entrance continues.
And of course, Dixon making her E.F.W broadcast debut on the second show we ever broadcast from the E.F.W compound.
Yeah, I mean, Sakamoto Dixon has been here from the very beginning in a short but illustrious career here in the E.F.W.
I mean, the same can be said for Riley Patterson. She was also there at the same time, surprisingly. Farrier being the one who turned up a little later.
Yeah, Farrier's not been here quite as long as Riley Patterson or Sakamoto Dixon, but already has a championship win to her name, which is something that neither Dixon or Patterson can either claim.
Well, again, we didn't know much about Patterson coming in. We kind of had an idea about Sakamoto from her matches in other companies. Farrier, also a complete mystery coming in. We had no idea what she was capable of, but here comes the Funk U students.
Yeah, Riley Patterson standing in at 5'7", 135 pounds from Waklo, Poland. I'll give you one clue who this young lady was trained by, and if you haven't got it by now,
well, you probably won't get it.
Yeah. He's crazy and he comes from Texas, that's your clue.
And somehow he's still wrestling.
Yeah, oh well.
Minor appearances granted, but
yeah,
the man is crazy.
The last match he had, he was 72 years of age.
I doubt he's listening. Well, he might be watching with Riley Patterson being on the card. He's probably calling us egg-sucking dogs and calling our mothers horrible names right now.
I hope he is. We love you, Terry. Riley Patterson has done you proud.
Possibly the underdog of this match.
Oh, absolutely the underdog. I would say, no disrespect to Patterson, but Farrier and Sakamoto Dixon have to be considered the favourites here tonight. The current E.F.W World Women's Heavyweight Champion, 5'8", 152 pounds from Lisbon, Portugal. Farrier.
She's held that title for 42 days now after taking it from
incredible
Rachel
run, incredible run. She shocked the world when she beat Rachel Romy in that glorious submissions matchup. Everyone thought Romy was going to walk all over Farrier, and Farrier did indeed shock the world. Romy claimed it was a fluke. Farrier has done nothing but prove that statement wrong ever since that day, and what a tremendous champion. Do not let this entrance fool you, ladies and gentlemen. She is the mistress of mind games, is Farrier. This is to confuse her opponents. This is to offset their mindset. This is to make them think that she could be cradling an injury, or maybe not quite ready for what's about to happen. I can assure you that neither is true. Farrier will be ready for this match, will be 100%, but wants to get as much psychological advantage as possible against Patterson and Dixon.
Well, that's very true. Farrier's entrance is only there to provide no clues as to her condition in that ring until that bell goes. It's almost like a complete transformation when it does go, as we are about to see.
This slow style does not last forever. Once that bell rings, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the first of our two main events tonight. Any other night on, and this would be the main event. And how many times do I say that at E.F.W? Dixon, Patterson and Farrier. Triple threat for the women's championship. It's on. Oh, Patterson!
Farrier going straight outside.
Strikes first blow with that vicious German suplex. And Dixon and Patterson, what a rivalry these two women have had.
Well, that's it. Farrier seems keen to let that continue.
Yeah.
While she works on getting a ladder into the ring.
Go straight for the ladder. Oh my word. Farrier attacking Sakamoto Dixon. Not wasting any time here. Bringing that ladder into play early on. And Dixon's in trouble because Farrier's swinging steel.
Now realises Riley's up.
Oh.
Takes her out as well.
Yeah, and again another vicious shot with that ladder.
Didn't realise Saka had got back in the ring.
Yeah, Dixon recovered from the earlier shot. And with a vicious right hand, the ladder is down. But in a precarious kind of position here. Will Dixon do? Oh.
Patterson now looking to use the distraction. I don't think she's seen. Oh, right.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, Patterson has realised that Dixon and Farrier are too busy fighting on the outside, and she's scampered up that ladder, taking advantage of this triple threat situation. Patterson has gone right for the title. Farrier's finally realised that Dixon's on top of the ladder, working that clasp as we speak. Farrier climbs the ladder, knowing her title's at risk here. Both women fighting on top of that 15-foot ladder, trading blows. Dixon's just watching who gets the better of it.
Oh,
and it's Patterson at the feet of Dixon.
Dixon takes a look around for a second. Now she's going up.
Decides she's going to go and climb the ladder herself. Farrier's on the other side and clip the feet of Patterson. Oh!
Down goes Patterson. Sakamoto Dixon now looking for the
God,
title.
all three ladies trying to end this one early. All trying to get her hands on that women's title. Those vicious chops by Farrier, chopping Dixon right off that ladder.
Now the champion looking to loosen those clasps and retain. No sign of Riley. Sakamoto is down in the ring. This could be shorter than I expected.
Yeah, Farrier trying to get that title. Dixon is down. Patterson is down, and Farrier is 2 or 3 clasps away for retaining her title in dramatic fashion. Patterson is back in, but she's going to have to be quick here. Knocks her once, still has hold, needs to do more.
But it's too late.
Farrier with the last clasp reigns the title in, and Farrier retains the women's title in shocking fashion against Sakamoto Dixon and Riley Patterson. What a shock!
And again, it now stands to ask, who the hell is going to dethrone Farrier?
I have no idea. Farrier has shocked the world tonight. both Patterson and Dixon just weren't quick enough. Patterson brought that ladder into the match relatively quickly. Quite a short ladder match in the end. But Farrier retains, that's the important information. And what a good question, Owen. Who will beat Farrier for the women's title after that match finished as quickly as it started?
Well, that's a very good question. Of course, we no longer have, as far as I'm aware, a number one contender now, as that number one contender was in the ring there.
Both of them were.
So I imagine there is now going to be a search for another number one contender for that title.
Well,
I guess we can only find out on Destruction.
However they're going to work it, I'm sure we will find out in due course. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you our main event. It is Scott Burns, the surprise entrance in this 6-man Hell in a Cell versus the Dog, Ray Sullivan, Crazy Hammer, Snake and the Reaper for the E.F.W. World Heavyweight Championship.
So many volatile elements in this match. Crazy Hammer and Snake, of course, having a tremendous rivalry that's transcended promotions,
transcended decades.
The Dog being cut short of his opportunities recently. The Reaper, well,
unstoppable.
He's the Reaper, yeah. Ray Sullivan, extreme powerhouse, and Scott Burns yet to be defeated. Quite the surprise entrance.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this seems to be a bit of a trademark of the Goldman reign so far. There's always a surprise entrance in these big matchups, and tonight it's Scott Burns' opportunity. And just imagine, he's in this match like anybody else. Just imagine if Scott Burns was to win the E.F.W. World Heavyweight Championship tonight in what would be his 5th match for the E.F.W.
I think if that were to happen, he'd make 5 enemies very quickly. However, you've got to question, I mean, don't get me wrong, Scott Burns' ability in that ring, phenomenal. His whole showing here in E.F.W. so far, phenomenal. But do you think there are people more deserving of that shot? I mean,
yes.
Isaac Thompson, Wade Nelson.
Yes, I do. Is a short answer to that question. There is many people on that roster who deserve a shot more than Scott Burns, but Scott Burns is a guy who's been given the opportunity tonight, and I don't blame him one little bit for trying to take that brass ring. And we welcome, after the pitch darkness, the man who has had more titles than Scott Burns has had matches, the 7-time world champion Snake, 6'1" and 250 pounds, from the 13th district of Brooklyn, New York. The manager, leader, brains of Magnum Opus.
Well, he's got quite a task on his hands tonight, of course.
The first man ever, of course, Erwin, to wrestle both in NEW and EFW is this man right here, Snake.
Well, let's not forget, it was only on Whiplash that we last saw Snake in action. That was only 2 days ago. Well, no, that was only 1 night ago, really. You've got to wonder what kind of condition he's going to be in after that 6-man elimination match that he was in. Well, 6-man tag elimination.
Yeah, ironically, when he first came into the NEW, he thought he was retired, and at the moment he's one of the busiest men on the card. And here he is, his nemesis.
And that top always makes me smile.
This is also a rivalry that's yet to be resolved. Crazy Hammer and the Snake with 1 victory apiece. The legendary rivalry, Crazy Hammer, 5'7", 249 pounds, from Japan. Crazy Hammer and his now infamous I Got Over t-shirt.
I still need to get myself one of those.
Available from all good gift shops. The man from Tokyo. Don't let his size fool you. He's pure muscle. He's pure attitude. Crazy Hammer. The clue is in the name. Isn't all there. We'll put it that way. But he likes a fight. And he especially likes to fight the man you can see on the outside there. A curt nod of the head by Snake as Crazy Hammer looks at his fiercest rival. Of course, they're the last title match that Crazy Hammer and Snake were involved with. Oh, here we go, Erwin. Ray Sullivan.
A bit of a change in music himself.
Yeah, a bit of a change of music and a change of look here as well, and a shirt that says Hard Time Pain.
Well, he has been delivering such as of late.
Well, yeah, Ray Sullivan. Well, a change of look and potentially a change of attitude here. The 250-pound powerhouse, 6'5", the two-time All-American, originally from Kingston, Jamaica, Ray Sullivan. About as tough as they come, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course, you see that demonic structure hanging above the ring, ready to be lowered once everyone's in.
Ray Sullivan knows what it would mean for his career tonight if he was to beat these men and become E.F.W. World Champion.
Of course, as you mentioned earlier, it doesn't even take a pinfall or submission on the champion for his title to be lost.
Alright, you are. And shockingly not coming in last here.
I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, the current United Kingdom champion and E.F.W. World Heavyweight Champion, 5'9", 257 pounds, now the second man in the company to have that contract that seemingly allows him to fight on both shows. E.F.W. do not seem to be happy about the Reaper's involvement both in the NEW and the E.F.W. if this match is anything to go by. This guy's a double champion right now, Erwin.
Well, yeah, and I was kind of expecting them to essentially strip him of the title and put it up for contention here. However, it seems they're quite keen to make him lose it, I suppose, because otherwise if they did strip him, they'd never hear the end of it, let's face it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure the Reaper from the very pits of hell itself would have something to say if they tried to take that title from him without him losing it. The Reaper has yet to be pinned or submitted in NEW or E.F.W. There have been wrestlers that have took him to the brink, there have been wrestlers that have got the better of him, but he is still not technically yet to lose.
And I know this is E.F.W, but you've got to think in a small way, the Reaper's probably thankful this is a Hell in a Cell match because it excludes any kind of possibility that Marty could get his hands on him here tonight.
That's a very good point, Erwin.
Because we're still wondering what the hell's going on with all that.
Yeah, the Brotherhood, of course, have imploded thanks to this man. This guy has literally torn a family apart and he doesn't even care. The Reaper,
destroyer of worlds.
Oh, well, what a champion he's been, and what an opportunity for this man who somehow wangled his way into coming in last. Not only in the match but in last. 5'10", 290 from Cleveland, Ohio. The rookie has got the opportunity of a lifetime tonight. Go do it, kid. Go make history. Scott Burns in his 4th match, I believe.
I think it is, yes.
In E.F.W, his 4th match ever. Scott Burns is in an E.F.W heavyweight championship match.
My stats monkeys are telling me he's actually had 6 matches. Not that that makes a speck of difference in comparison with who he's in the ring with.
Well, yes, I stand corrected, stat monkeys. I do apologise. Someone give them a banana or two.
I mean, development or not, the people that are in there, 3 of them at least with some extreme experience.
Oh yeah, Scott Burns is a rookie in this match by decades, not by days, by decades, ladies and gentlemen. Both Snake and Crazy Hammer alone have got about 30 years of experience between them. Then you take a guy like Ray Sullivan, who's a 2-time All-American. He's been fighting since he could stand.
Well, hang on, we forgot about someone. The dog hasn't made his way.
Oh yeah, God, I
ring.
completely forgot about the dog. Sorry.
It's an interesting idea that the Reaper decided to come out before these 2.
Yes, it is. Well, these 2. Well, maybe the Reaper feels that these 2 men are the afterthought of this matchup. Maybe he feels it should be a fatal 4-way. Maybe it was a bit of mind games by the Reaper. No, whatever the hell he thinks, the dog does deserve to be here. He had a title shot which was unfairly, in my opinion, ripped away from him because the Reaper assaulted him before the match even got underway. 6'3", 220 pounds, from the great wrestling country of Memphis, Tennessee, trained by Al Snow. We welcome the dog, and this match, not wasting any time, is underway.
The Reaper going for the dog here, interestingly, and of course this is going to be quite chaotic to try and call all this mass going on at
Well,
once.
as I said earlier in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, the Reaper does not have to be involved in the pin or submission that loses him the title, but he must be involved if he wants to retain tonight.
And against all these, it's going to be a hard challenge indeed.
Oh, the dog going sending a few shots of his own to the Reaper, who he won't forgotten that vicious sledgehammer attack.
Well,
meanwhile, however, Ray Sullivan with a power bomb to Snake, and Crazy Hammer on the other side taking inverted DDT by Scott Burns, taking on the veteran. It's insanity already, and we're 2 minutes in.
Absolute craziness. 2 men outside the ring, 4 left inside. The Reaper has been taken by the dog here. Oh wait.
The Reaper reverses, scoop slam onto the dog, scoop slam onto that wafer thin man on the outside.
Oh, the Reaper bringing a weapon in.
Yeah, the Reaper bringing a chair into this matchup. This is no DQ, and a chair shot right to the face of the 7-time world champion, who might be considered the favourite in tonight's matchup. That's a one way to take him out of the equation, Owen. A vicious chair to the face.
Ray Sullivan now looking to go at the champion, but I think Crazy Hammer got it halfway in between that as he re-entered the ring.
And Scott Burns, snap suplex by Burns onto Snake, showing no fear, no intimidation.
The ring beginning to clear now, as the Reaper seems to be just going after anything that's moving.
Vicious backdrop by the world champion, showing no mercy or no quarter, as you have come to expect from this vicious character, the Reaper. Who is this guy? We still don't know anything about him, Owen.
No, still a complete mystery here, and now he's managed to transcend both cards. I mean,
An honour that only before that fell to a 7-time world champion.
Crazy Hammer taking the Reaper outside now.
Yeah, Crazy Hammer battling with the Reaper on the outside, but Scott Burns knows what an opportunity this is. It's taken out Ray Sullivan. Oh, stomp to the chest. And of course, this is not an elimination style matchup, ladies and gentlemen. The first competitor to pick up a pin or a submission will win the NEW World Heavyweight Championship. This is why this matchup is so difficult for the Reaper to retain. What a backdrop by Snake to the Reaper, who has not forgotten that chair shot. Dog's on his back on the outside, and Ray Sullivan is taking out Scott Burns, but Burns is fighting back with that right hand, and a vicious backdrop for Sullivan.
Hammer just found Snake.
It was only a matter of time, my word, fallout slam. Snake rolls out the ring.
2 from Scott Burns.
Yeah, it was a 2.8, excuse me, as there was so much action going on. Scott Burns between 0.2 of a second and becoming world champion.
Crazy Hammer still going at the Reaper. May have been a mistake there.
It's absolute chaos. It's conflict at the highest order. It is E.F.W. 3,000 strong have sold out the compound, our spiritual home once again. What a main event.
The rookie.
Oh,
just throws him against the ropes. Oh, picking up the chair, but Ray Sullivan cutting that off.
yeah,
Dog going for a pin.
Yeah, Sullivan of course now cutting that off as well. Sullivan, who knocked the Reaper Bandy there slightly, taking a cheap pin on the world champion, and Dog breaks it up after Snake has taken yet more punishment. A think it's fair to say that he's took his fair share of shots today as the
I think so.
a vicious chair shot by the Reaper, using that weapon to his full advantage. Oh my god, another chair shot.
Just as he was getting up, he sent back down. Scott Burns now looking to take on the champion.
Scott Burns!
Right onto that chair!
Yeah, fisherman suplex right to the Reaper, right onto the chair.
What a mass of humanity laying around the ring now. Oh, the Reaper blocked it.
Blocks Burns.
He's looking for it. Oh, dominated as Burns. Hoping everyone's distracted, he's going for the pin.
Oh, Sullivan breaks it up before the count could be made.
Oh, and gets a clothesline for his attempt.
Well, Sullivan and Snake must be in trouble here. They must be in tremendous amounts of pain. We're essentially down to 4. Somehow Snake is moving. What a powerbomb by Crazy Hammer to the dog. Scott Burns refuses to tap out.
The Reaper rolling out of harm's way, it seems. I don't know if that was by choice or not. 4 men now left in the ring. The champion is out.
Everyone looks like they could be out. To be fair, everyone looks like they could be in tremendous amounts of pain.
It's a brutal environment. The Reaper seems to be taking his time outside the ring now, as the rest of them go at it here.
Oh wait, it's that sledgehammer, Erwin. That sledgehammer.
Oh, and I think the dog's seen it.
Oh my god.
Scott Burns didn't.
Yeah, shot by the sledgehammer to the ribs of Burns, but the dog quickly disarming the Reaper. That was wise. Snake capitalises with the guillotine on Burns. Big elbow to Ray Sullivan.
I'm starting to wonder if the dog's even interested in winning the title or just attacking the Reaper for what he did to him last week.
Yeah, the dog has got vengeance on his mind, no doubt about that, against the Reaper. Oh my word, vicious plant to the ring post by Snake, who came to the defence of the world champion. I'm not sure how wise that was.
Very wise by the looks of it.
I think that Snake was trying to talk to the Reaper there, trying to get in his ear. The Reaper having absolutely none of that there. I'm seeing a replay of that now, Erwin, and yeah, Snake was clearly trying to reason with the Reaper, clearly falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, how do you reason with an unreasonable man?
Scott Burns
Reaper
and the
going for
dog.
a pin on Ray Sullivan. He was attacked by Crazy Hammer.
No way! The Reaper has returned!
To the shock of everyone here.
What the hell happened?
5 men. Quite granted, from what I was watching, Crazy Hammer did all the work there to Ray Sullivan.
I didn't see it. I missed it. I was watching the action on the outside. Yes, there you see it in the background.
I think that was a little earlier on, but Crazy Hammer backdropping Ray Sullivan off the top rope. And as Crazy Hammer was slowly getting up, the Reaper took advantage of that, took out Crazy Hammer and decided to pin Ray Sullivan.
This is an amazing upset. No one expected the Reaper to retain this title.
What a war all these people had. There we go, that was the end of it. As you see, took out Crazy Hammer. Snake noticed, but a little bit too late.
Yeah, Snake was trying to get in that ring desperately, but the dog and Scott Burns were trying to hone in on the veteran on the outside, who couldn't get into the ring quick enough. Regardless of that,
the question carries on here in E.F.W. Who the hell is going to take the title from this guy?
What?
There was 5 men that had the opportunity at once and none of them could do it.
what does this mean for E.F.W? What a conflict. Good night.